with you as we get set for this division matchup between two teams that not exactly at the top of the bracket. If we look at the standings in the MACHA, we see that the Bradley Braves are making a run for it. They are in the top spot of the MACHA division standings with 21 points, a 7-2-0 record in 9 games. They are followed by the University of Iowa, only trailing by 3 points. They have not lost in 6 games. Maryville currently sits second. The Cougars of SIUE third. Illinois State comes into this contest 1-2-0. 3 games, 1 win, 3 points on the season. Should be an interesting matchup between these two teams. The Cougars come in with their leading scorer, Caleb Harrop. He will lead the offensive effort for the Cougars. For the Redbirds, a pair of 2-goal scorers in Teddy Bittman and Trent Fisk have led the way so far for the Redbirds. And a season debut tonight in goal as we take a look at our goaltender matchup. It'll be Peyton Aldridge in the net for the Illinois State Redbirds. His first appearance for the Redbirds this season. The 6-foot, 1-inch tall, 150-pound goaltender out of Aurora, Illinois, making his debut for the Illinois State Redbirds tonight. He will be opposed in net for the Cougars of SIUE by Brendan Rash. His 5th appearance of the season. He's 1-2-1 in his previous 4 appearances, a 3.68 goals against average and a 9.04 save percentage. Taking a quick look at the rest of the schedule in the college hockey for the ACHA for Illinois State. The Division I team is on the road. They're at the University of Jamestown this weekend. And the Division III Redbirds also on the road. They are down in Fayetteville, Arkansas, taking on the Razorbacks of the University of Arkansas. We wish them well on their travels. We're coming to you next weekend right here from Grossinger Motors Arena as the Grand Valley State team will come in. They will take on the Division I team on Saturday the 14th. The 13th on Friday, that game will be over in the Ice Center, so that game will be on Live Barn. But we'll be right back here on Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening for that second contest. But our focus becomes the Cougars and the Redbirds. It's game 1 of a 2-game set, Division II style. It's coming up next on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grossinger Motors Arena, home of your Illinois State Redbirds. Tonight, the Redbirds in MACHA Division II play will take on our visitors from Edwardsville, Illinois, the Southern Illinois University Edwardsville Cougars. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for our visitors, the Cougars of SIUE under head coach Tyler Elbrecht. On defense, number 2, Blake Smith, and number 26, Drew LaRose. The forwards, number 9, Jacob Schreiber, number 12, Simon Maxfield, and number 44, Elijah DeFawcett. The goaltender for the Cougars is number 31, Brendan Rash. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Illinois State Redbirds. Redbirds. On defense, number 24, Trevor Glass. And number 32, Michael Lupo. The forwards, number 9, Teddy Bittman. Number 15, Tim Coggin. The center is number 29, Rocco Ferretti. And starting in goal for your Redbirds, number 34, Peyton Aldridge. The head coach of the Redbirds is Phil Fazio. At this time, hockey fans, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America for the playing of our national anthem. Your officials for tonight's contest, the linesman is Cameron Huey. The referees are Greg Gunter and Zach Morris. So again, those starting lineups for the Cougars of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, Smith and LaRose on defense, Schreiber, Maxfield and DeFawcett, and Brendan Rash gets the starting goal for the Cougars. For Illinois State, Glass and Lupo on defense, Bittman and Coggin on the wings, Ferretti centers the line, and Peyton Aldridge getting the starting goal for the Illinois State Redbirds, who are in their white sweaters trimmed in red and black, red numerals on the white sweaters. Cougars of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville in all black, trimmed in white, red numerals on the back. Very similar to the third jersey worn by the New Jersey Devils. If you're a New Jersey Devil fan, welcome to the broadcast. Opening face-off won by the Cougars as they work from left to right, as we see it along with you here in period number 1. In the corner to get it is Elijah DeFawcett. Working against Lupo on the far side, digs it out, it rolls along the boards and all the way out of the zone. So the Cougars will have to back away. It's dumped back in as Maxfield comes over to get it. He's pinched in by Bittman, and now a whistle stops play, and it looks like an offside call against the Cougars. It'll bring the face-off back out to the neutral zone. Just over 20 seconds gone by here in the opening period. And the face-off pushed into the Illinois State end. Redbirds get it out into neutral ice as Bittman will send it across on the dump and chase. Caleb Harrop back to get it for the Cougars. Harrop spins away from the pressure. Sends it ahead to Andrew Paris. Back at the line, the Redbirds hold it in for a shot. That one taken by Trevor Glass. Stop made by Rash. Back out to the point. Redbirds hold it in. Lupo dumps it into the near corner. Bittman. Back pass intercepted. Taken away by Brendan Summer. Summer tied for second in goal scoring for the Cougars with 2, along with Simon Maxfield. Colin Young over the line. He gets taken off the puck by 2 Cougar defenders. Max Montalvo back to get it. Now Colin Young moves in. Fire save made by Rash. Rebound out front. Sent wide by Montalvo. Back to get it is Matthew Strom. Back out to the point for a shot. That one taken by Brian Buckholz. It's blocked at the defense and picked up by the Cougars. Dumping in is Summer. Goes in back behind Aldridge, and the Redbirds will track it down. Joe D'Alessandro gets to it. Works around the back of the net with Buckholtz. Ahead to Colin Young, who dumps it into neutral ice. Carson Weber to get it for the Cougars. 2 minutes gone by here in the opening period. Redbirds have the only 2 shots on goal so far, and nothing has gone into the back of either net. Strom moves it over the line, dumps it into the near corner. Back to get it is Trent Fisk. Sent out front for a pass. Here's a wraparound attempt. That one stopped as the shot was taken by Blake Kumar. Back behind the net it goes to the near side. Kumar tries to dig it out. It's taken away as Caleb Harrop gets to it. Cougars trying to work out of their own zone. Harrop will send it around the direction of Justin Schaus. Sent back to the corner. Maxfield tries to work out of his own end, and finally he does get it to neutral ice. There's a big hit right at the scorer's bench just before center ice, and the player is still down right in front of the penalty box of the Redbirds. Big contact that time, and now a stoppage in play. As having some trouble getting up is Justin Schaus. They're going to call for some help to get him over to the bench area. He took some heavy contact. If we can get another look at that, was right in front of the Illinois State penalty box. But it was a clean hit. Now the trainer coming out as one of the Illinois State players escorts the trainer out. To come check on Justin Schaus of the Cougars. Schaus out of O'Fallon, Missouri. He's up on his skates and he will be escorted back off to the bench. And he'll get checked up by the training staff. .17:06 remaining here in the first. No score between Illinois State and SIUE. Next face-off will be in neutral ice. As Alex Kowalczyk takes the face-off, it's won though by the Cougars. It's dumped in by Caden Kruger. Redbirds back around the net to get it. Coming out of the near corner, Kruger. Sends it back behind the net. Terrence Puribot sends it around. Connor Hinterser leaves it in the corner for Kruger. Kruger lost it. Picked up by Kowalczyk and hoisted out to neutral ice. Brock Brandenburg trying to get ahead of the play. Redbirds finally able to corral it in neutral ice. Kowalczyk with a pass ahead to Brandenburg. He comes in over the line. Cuts to the circle. Tries to cut into the backhand. It trickles in on goal, and Brendan Rash able to cover it up. And he'll take a face-off in his own zone. So the officials trying to just give everybody away. We don't need to have pushing and shoving so early in the game, according to them. Although we've already had some pretty heavy contact. Now the face-off will be to the left of Brendan Rash. Redbirds win the face-off, but the Cougars able to clear it out. As Jacob Schreiber able to clear it out. Redbirds quickly over the line. Ferretti takes it in behind the cage. Left it for Pittman. Pittman comes around the near side, back out front. Sent back out to the line, but couldn't hold it in. Trevor Glass as the pass from Tim Coggin hopped over his stick and left the zone. Redbirds able to get it back as Ferretti gets it at center, but he's dispossessed and it's taken away by the Cougars. And Simon Maxfield spins it back. Dumped into the neutral zone. Redbirds on delay offside. They'll have to get out of the zone before they play it. Here's Trevor Glass. Sending it in just as his teammate cleared the zone, so no opportunity for the Redbirds offensively. And the Cougars able to control it. Penalty coming up against Illinois State. As they touch the puck, they will go a man down on a tripping call. So the first power play of the game belongs to the Cougars. It'll be on Colin Young. Illinois State penalty number 2, Colin Young. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 4:36, first period. Redbird penalty, Young, 2 minutes for tripping at 4:36. Quick shot taken, that one by Andrew Bolandis, pardon me. Bolandis. Andrew Bolandis took the shot. It was blocked in front. The Redbirds able to get it out to neutral ice. 1:30 remaining on the Cougar power play. Hara moves it forward. Big contact on the corner. Schreiber was there for a moment. Back to get it to Summer. Sent out for a shot. Save made by Aldridge. Kept in the zone as Carson Weber got good wood on that one. And Aldridge made his second save of the night. Here's Harrop over the line. Tried to send it across, and the Redbirds able to dump it down and kill off some more time and also go get a change. Weber got the puck taken away by Kowalczyk, and Redbirds get it out to neutral ice. And again, a big hit by Brock Brandenburg to take the puck away. He moves into the circle, fires one, that one blocked back behind the net. Kunal gets to it, now a whistle stopping play. Going to be a high sticking call. It's either a high sticking call or played with a high stick. It's going to be a high sticking call against the Cougars. So that will negate the remainder of the power play. So the penalty's on Caden Kruger. SIUE penalty number 10, Caden Kruger, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 6:09, first period. Cougars penalty, Kruger, 2 minutes for high sticking at 6:09. So 10 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 skate, and the Redbirds will have a power play for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Cougars able to dump it in. Back to get it is Paris. Sent out front for a shot. That one stopped. Penalty coming up against the Redbirds. As right in front of the net, there was an opportunity for, looked like Ethan Kunal was crashing the net. He got knocked off the puck, and that'll send one of the Redbirds to the penalty box. It'll be Trevor Glass for roughing. Illinois State penalty number 24, Trevor Glass, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 6:39, first period. Redbird penalty, Glass, 2 minutes for roughing at 6:39. I have a funny feeling our public address announcer may get more time than he did last weekend. Redbirds were ruled offside on the last play, so the face-off will come out to neutral ice. We'll skate 4-on-4 for the next minute and 19 seconds. Face-off won by the Redbirds. Rindak was in, but it was offside as judged by the referee on the far side. And the face-off will stay in the neutral zone. Redbirds out shooting the Cougars 3-2 so far. Still even on the scoreboard at 0. Justin Gonzalez gets it for the Redbirds. Losing an edge along the boards is Trent Fisk. He gets the puck back from Gonzalez. Now Michael Lupo moves through center. Comes in over the line. Lupo cuts to the backhand, moves in with a shot. Save made by Rash. Rebound comes out to Rindak. Down low for Fisk. Here's a shot taken, and that one stopped by Rash as Michael Lupo made the opportunity. And the net came off the moorings, so a stoppage in play with 12:36 to play here in the first. Cougars will get about a 30-second power play when their penalty expires. Hunter Neiman sends it around. Centering pass out front. Almost made connection that time as Matthew Strom was out front. Here's a centering pass. Nice play by Aldridge to poke check it away at the last moment. Redbirds get control of it. Final 30 seconds of 4-on-4 play. Neiman. Stick handles through center ice. Takes the shot. Save made by Rash, and he'll give no rebound. And the faceoff will stay in the Cougars' end. Faceoff will be to the right of Brendan Rash. Alex Kowalczyk will take the faceoff for Illinois State. He wins it. Still loose. Finally picked up by Hunter Neiman, who sends it around the net. Out to the far side, D'Alessandro holds it in. Brock Brandenburg lost it behind the net. Cougars are able to pick it up, and they'll take it around as Carson Weber starts the offense. Kruger is released from the box, and the Cougars have a 30-second power play opportunity. Kowalczyk has it in the slot, had it knocked away for the last second. And Simon Maxfield comes away with it. Centering pass out front for the backhand by Weber. That one hit the side of the net. Comes loose at the line. Cougars have it. Maxfield at the point. Maxfield sends it across ice for a pass. That one blocked up in the air by D'Alessandro into the netting. As Trevor Glass's penalty is over, both teams are back at full strength with 11:19 to play here in the first period. Face off to the right of Aldridge. Won by the Cougars for a quick shot taken. That one stopped as LaRose got to it. Puck comes all the way back into the Cougar end. Bittman back to get it. Redbirds control it. Out to the point for a shot blocked by Buchholz. Loose in the slot. Finally picked up by DeFawcett for the Cougars. DeFawcett plays up the line. Redbirds take it and get it to neutral ice, where it's finally picked up by Maxfield. Fight for the puck with Tim Coggin. Redbirds come away with it. Here's Pittman over the line. Moves in. Fires one. Tipped in on Rash, and a save made by the Cougar goaltender. Cleared out to center ice, where the Redbirds and Cougars fight for it. Buchholz is there. He jams it away. Tim Coggin lost his stick, so he has to go to the bench for a change or a new stick. He'll go off for a change as the puck is dumped down into the Redbird end. It was done so short of center, so an icing call made against the Cougars. And with 10:25 to play in the first, the faceoff will come all the way back into their end. Michael Rindak will step in to take this faceoff for Illinois State. He wins the faceoff to the near boards. Blake Coomer sends it around. Back over to Rindak. Spins it back to the near side. Cougars trying to get to it. Dug out of the corner by Rindak. Michael Rindak pinned up in the boards as three Cougars come in. Now Trent Fisk gets in there for the Redbirds as well. Centering pass, nobody home for the Redbirds. Comes all the way out to the line, Trevor Glass. Plays it down to the corner. Fisk tips it, centering pass out front. Fisk gets to it, fires, hit the post! Hit the post out front. As the horn sounded, they thought it went in. It did not. It hit the post and stayed out, and this game stays scoreless. Great opportunity right in front that time, and just missing, getting it to go in. It hit the post and came back out. It was close, but it did not go in. Face-off won by the Cougars in their own end. Long lead play ahead. Andrew Paris, P-A-R-R-E-S. Not able to catch up to it. It's dumped back in by Caleb Harrop. Centering pass out front, tipped and into the glove of Brendan Rash. And the face-off will come back out. The Redbirds have the face-off in the Cougar end. It's won by the Cougars. It's taken by Frankie Rhines. Ryan sends it around the boards, at the line, held in, fired in, save made by Aldridge, and he will not give up a rebound. So the face-off will stay in the Redbird end. We are past the halfway point of period number 1. 9:04 to play in the first. Redbirds out shooting the Cougars 9-4 thus far. D'Alessandro fights for the puck for the Redbirds in the corner against Connor Hinterser. Redbirds come away with the puck. Penalty coming up against the Cougars as Buckholtz got away. And a penalty coming up is going to be on Frankie Rhines. SIUE penalty on number 13, Frankie Rhines. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 11:09, first period. Cougars penalty, Rhines, 2 minutes for slashing at 11:09. It's time for a Redbird power play. Rindak comes over the line for Illinois State. Sends it across for Coomer's shot. It was blocked away nicely by Rash into the corner near side. Picking it up and taking it across the Redbird line is Summer. He sends it in, quick shot. Nice save made by Aldridge, who flashes the leather and hangs on. Hayden Aldridge stepping up big in the shorthanded situation, in the shorthanded rush by the Cougars. Good centering pass that time, and Aldridge was right there with the catching glove ready and stopped the opportunity. Illinois State wins the face-off as Blake Coomer picks it up on the near side. Glass to Colin Young. Pass tip, but Coomer gets to it. Sent in as Fisk will chase it down. Fisk goes back behind the net. Trying to hold up the Cougars as much as he can. Redbirds do get to it. Blake Coomer at the point. Sets things up with Trevor Glass. Over to Colin Young on the far boards. Young centers it across for Coomer, who takes the shot blocker, save made by Rash. Rebound into the near corner. 45 seconds with the man advantage as the Cougars able to clear it out to neutral ice. Coomer gloves down the puck in the neutral zone and comes in over the line. Takes it over to the far corner. And gets pinned up by two Cougars. Back to get it is Teddy Bittman. Bittman back out to Glass. Sends it across for Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk fires into the catching glove of Rash, and he hangs on and will take a face-off. 21 seconds left in the Redbird penalty. 7-12 for the first period and a scoreless tie. Kowalczyk will take the next face-off for Illinois State. It'll be John McAtee taking the face-off for the Cougars. Redbirds win the face-off. Shot taken. That one stopped as Avery Buchenik took a shot and it was blocked as a defense. Kowalczyk tied up along the boards. Buchenik sends it back to Buckholtz. Moving in Kowalczyk. Centered pass across for Brandenburg. Missed its connection, and the Cougars were able to clear it the length of the ice and kill off the Redbird power play. Both teams are back at full strength. Ryan Buckholtz has it for the Redbirds at center. They'll dump it in back behind the net. Caleb Harrop back to get it. Ahead for John McAtee. Kowalczyk sends it across for Buchenik. Checked off the puck, but it trickles into the zone onside. Now Kowalczyk Fighting off one of the Cougar defenders in Ethan Kuhnel. Gets it behind the net. Centering pass out front. Banked off the goaltender and came free in the crease. And Brendan Rash able to cover it up for the Cougars. They'll take the face-off with 6:07 to play in the first. Face-off pushed into the far corner. Gonzalez holds it in for the Redbirds at the line. Tim Coggin down low. Knocked off his stick at the boards on the far side. Held in. Gonzalez to Coggin. Cougars able to get to it and clear it out. Matt Papakrishnadu picks it up for Illinois State. Gonzalez checked off the puck. Quickly ahead to Rocco Ferretti. Ferretti taken out of the play. Back behind the play though. Tim Coggin gets to it, sends it around the boards to the near corner, and the Cougars able to dispossess the Redbirds. And center Papakrishnadu bangs it back into the Cougar end. Coming up on 5 minutes to play here in the first. With no score still on the board, Frankie Rhines dumps it in at center. Again, a good check by the Redbirds as Strom knocks Terrence Kurabat off the buck. Rhines gets it in the far boards, up to head to Purabat. Purabat 1-on-3. Tries to dump it into the Redbird zone. It goes into the bench area. Where backup goaltender Dylan Lloyd retrieves it. So they'll keep that particular puck in play, and it'll be a face-off at center. Face-off won by the Redbirds' Colin Young. Couldn't quite handle it enough, as the Cougars got to it first. Max Montalvo will send it in for the Redbirds. Young behind the net. Around to the far side. Tries to get it out to the point. Stolen away by the Cougars. Moving ahead with it is Brendan Summer. There's a shot taken. That one stopped by Aldridge. As Joey Coots, KUTZ, got the shot for the Cougars. Aldridge again covers up to take the save and take the face-off in his own end. Both goaltenders have stood up well. Redbirds have gotten one past Brendan Rash, but that hit a post and didn't go in. Redbirds control the face-off. Moving forward is Trent Fisk with a shot. That one sticked aside by Rash. Back behind the net it goes. Centering pass out front. Couldn't quite get it to Rindak as Blake Kumar took it around the back of the net for the centering pass and just hopped over the stick that time of Rindak. Back in the Cougars' end. Harrop moves in over the line. Knocked away by the Redbirds and picked up by Illinois State. Michael Lupo skates all the way through center. Takes it to the near circle. Spins away from defensive pressure. Dumps it into the corner for Rindak. Kept in by Glass to Rindak. Drops it down low. Back to Rindak on a centering pass. Knocked away at the last moment. Good defensive play that time by Caleb Harrop. Redbirds again get it back. Here's Fisk with a shot. That one stopped again by Rash. And the face-off will stay in the Cougars' end. 3:26 to play in the first. And still no score between the Cougars and the Redbirds. Two teams are separated by just 1 point so far in the early season. And right now they have no separation as they're even with no goals on the board. There's a shot blocked away as D'Alessandro tried to let one go. Was blocked and almost picked up for a breakaway chance by Schreiber. Good job back checking that time by Brian Buchholz. Cougars able to keep it in the Redbird end. Over to get us Carson Weber. Weber lost it, picked up by the Redbirds. As Avery Bochenek tried to skate through center, he lost the handle, and Cougars able to skate back and get it. Now the Redbirds have a chance as Brock Brandenburg with some open ice in front. Brandenburg Takes into the corner. He's checked off the puck. It's picked up by Simon Maxfield for the Cougars. Maxfield gets to it on the far boards with 2.5 minutes to play here in the first. Maxfield tries to dump it in, and again, it dumps into the crowd this time. So a fresh frozen vulcanized rubber disc will be required to continue play. Our more than capable score tender also handles the extra pucks. Mr. Dan Glatt hands one off to our linesman Cameron Huey, and we are just about set to get underway with a face-off in the neutral zone. Connor Hinterser dumps it in across ice, goes around to the far corner. Colin Young tries to dig it out. Justin Gonzalez is there for the Redbirds, who plays it back behind the net. Hunter Neiman got it to center, but the Cougars able to control. Dump it back into the Redbird end. Gonzalez sends it forward and gets it clear of pressure with 2 minutes to play here in period number 1. Gonzalez absorbs the check and got it away to Max Montalvo, who sends it in. Stick down by Rash, who keeps it in play. Now Montalvo back out to the point in Gonzalez, who will let one go through traffic. That one stopped by Rash with the glove, and he'll hang on for a face-off with 102 seconds remaining here in the first period. Redbirds in front in shots on goal, 15-6 so far. Pittman in the corner, or Bittman, pardon me, in the corner. Sent around to Ferretti, back to Bittman on the near boards. Ferretti tries to hold it in. It's picked up by Ryans. Redbirds have to go back and get it. Neiman sends it around for Gonzalez with 1:20 to play. Bittman tries to send it ahead. Couldn't quite get it to Tim Coggin. No icing called as the Redbirds play on. Ferretti couldn't quite get to it in the far boards. It's picked up by Purabak for the Cougars. 1 minute to play in the period. 1 minute remaining. Ethan Kuhnel comes through center with it. Checked off the puck by Teddy Bittman. Cougars send it around and all the way out with 40 seconds left. Glass. Cleared out by the Redbirds to the neutral zone. Lead pass ahead. Couldn't quite get it to Kumar with 30 seconds. Weber skates through a Redbird defender and Fisk. It couldn't get around Glass. Now left it in the corner. Weber tries to get to it. It hops over his stick and out to neutral ice. Trevor Glass controls with 10 seconds. Long pass ahead. Going to trickle into the Cougar zone. And we'll take the count down to the end of the period. Kumar with a shot. The last second stopped by Rash. And that'll end period number 1. Your score after 1 period of play. The Cougars of SIUE 0. The Redbirds of Illinois State 0. Shots on goal in period number 1. Illinois State 16. SIUE 6. No penalties carry over into the second period. So no scoring in period number 1. Redbirds did get 16 shots on goal for 6 for the Cougars of SIUE. Closest the Illinois State Redbirds got was a Trent Fisk opportunity that hit the post. The horn went off, but the referee was very adamant, saying the puck did not cross the net, cross the goal line, and the goal stayed off the board. And the captains were like, yep, that didn't go in. We're good. Don't worry about it. No need to argue that one. And we stayed scoreless through 1 period of play. Don't forget, rest of the Redbird Nation, Division 1 is on the road. They are at University of Jamestown this weekend, and Division 3 on the road. They are taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks this weekend. Right here next weekend here at the Bloomington Ice Center, the Olson Ice Center, and at Grosinger Motors Arena, we'll have hockey for you. Division 1 will be in action. Friday night, they'll play at the Olson Ice Center against Grand Valley State. Saturday night will be right here on the big ice inside the garage. And then all 3 teams will have an opportunity to go away for the weekend. So we have a weekend off coming up in the middle of October. We'll right back here, though, on Friday, October 27th for a 7 o'clock face-off as the University of Jamestown comes to visit your Division I Redbirds. It's Redbird Hockey right here on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. You're invited to join us anytime you like. We're scoreless at the end of one period between the Cougars of SIUE and the Illinois State Redbirds, and this is Redbird Hockey on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel.
McCarr's looking fake shot back door there, huh?
Man, we got to gap up on McDavid.
Yeah, we got to push him to the outside.
He's back out there. 97's back out there.
Let's go. Kale Tager, get up, set again.
Hydrating the next generation of athletes. BioSteel, clean, healthy hydration.
Back at Grossinger Motors Arena, L.A. Decker back with you, getting set for period number 2 between the Redbirds of Illinois State and the Cougars of SIU Edwardsville. No score after the first 20 minutes of play. Each team had a power play opportunity after 2 penalties, and 2 penalties on each team, and nobody was able to get a puck past their opposing goaltender. For Peyton Aldridge, 6 saves so far on the night. And for Brendan Rash, 16 saves so far as they keep their score sheet clean through 20 minutes of play. For the Division II Redbirds, they will conclude this weekend series tomorrow with a 1 o'clock face-off here at Grossinger Motors Arena. We'll have that for you right here on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. Then they will go over to the Owens Center in Peoria to take on the Bradley Braves, the MACHA leading Bradley Braves, for a 7:30 face-off on Thursday, October 12th. They will be back at the Bloomington Ice Center on the 19th of October for a Thursday night matchup at 9:40 against the Fighting Illini of the University of Illinois. And again on home ice at the Ice Center at 9:30 face-off on Friday, October 27th against Drury University. And then we'll have a doubleheader for you that weekend on Saturday, October 28th. Drury University will be here for a Division II matchup. We'll have that one for you at 1 o'clock, and then we'll have the nightcap for you with the University of Jamestown here to take on the Division I team. Grand Valley State will be here next weekend to take on the Division I Redbirds. We'll have the Saturday game for you right here on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. The Friday night game has been moved over to the Bloomington Ice Center and will be available on Live Barn. So check out Live Barn for any games that are in the Ice Center. They will have them for you. We'll have the ones right here inside Grossinger Motors Arena. Teams have switched sides and getting set for period number 2. Redbirds now will operate from left to right as we see it along with you here in the second stanza. Goaltenders are ready, linesmen are ready, centers move in for the opening face-off of the second period. As the puck is dropped and the Redbirds pull the face-off back and control the puck to start the second period of play. Brock Brandenburg picks it up at center and works around his own defensive end, Trevor Glass. Goes back to Michael Lupo, and they'll reset the offense. Held in at the line, though, as Elijah DeFawcett keeps it in for the Cougars. Redbirds able to get it back. Lupo moves in across the Cougar line, drops it off for Kowalczyk, who skates into the circle. Centers a pass in front, trying to get it across. Tried to find Brock Brandenburg on the doorstep, but couldn't quite get enough on the puck, and it was tipped over the glass and into the netting. So the face-off will remain in the Cougars' end. Face-off will be to the right of Brendan Rash. Cougars win this face-off as it's won by Ethan Kunil. Cougars motor out of their own end into the Redbird zone. Quickly ahead, there's a shot taken. That one went wide of the target by Joey Coots. Cougars trying to hold it in, but can't keep it away from the Redbirds as they push it all the way back into the Cougar end. Caleb Harrop will dump it in. Into the near corner, Brendan Summer gets to it and comes around to the far side. Held in at the point and sent back around by the Cougars. Colin Young tries to go in after it, got knocked off the puck. Now the puck is out of the zone and left just across the blue line, and an offsides is called against SIUE as Nick Garofalo was the last line of defense for that puck, and it just escaped over the line. So neutral zone face-off as John McAtee takes the face-off, and now an unfair drop, so we'll re-drop it with Rocco Ferretti. Ferretti wins the face-off for Illinois State to Justin Gonzalez in his own end. Hoisted out to center, picked up by Teddy Bittman. Centering pass, couldn't quite connect that time. He was looking for Tim Coggin. On the counter attack, here come the Cougars. Caden Kruger over the line, dumps it back behind the net. Sent back out to the point for a shot. That one was set aside by Cole Quatlander. Quatlander. Said just like it's spelled. Matt Papa Christian, who got it for the Redbirds, but got spun back. The Redbirds have to retreat their own end to get it. Picked up by the Cougars in front. Here's a shot. Aldridge the save, and the rebound kicked into the far corner. Rebound loose out front. Aldridge scrambling, and the Redbird defense able to step up and get the puck out of danger. Tim Coggin spins it back to Matt Papa Christian, to Rocco Ferretti, who sends it ahead. Lead pass to Blake Coomer, who cuts in, fires, blocker save made, rebound, they score! Matt Papa Christianu following up the play after Rash made the initial save. Papa Christianu sends it in, and it's 1-0 Illinois State. Coomer got on the lead end of the pass, was able to get the first shot away. The save was made by Rash, but Matt Papa Christianu, following up the play, is going to get his first goal of the year. It will be an even strength goal for the Illinois State Redbirds. And now an icing call made against Illinois State, against SIUE. Will bring the puck all the way back for a face-off in the Cougar end. Illinois State goal, his first of the season, scored by number 78, Matt Papa Christianu. Assisted by number 81, Blake Coomer. Time of the goal, 2:22 for second period. Redbird goal scored by Papa Christianu, assisted by Coomer at 2:22. So the Redbirds on the board first, leading 1-0, and the faceoff in the Cougar end is won by SIUE. Blake Smith sends it forward to Caleb Schreiber. Now over the line, Simon Maxfield lost the handle, and the Redbirds able to pick it up. Smith sends it back across, and the Redbirds able just to dump it back into the Cougar end, but not far enough for icing. And play continues on as Smith spins it back. Redbirds get to it. Trevor Glass able to send it in. Bounces in on Brendan Rash and sent over into the corner. Cougars able to get to it. Jacob Schreiber moves into the Redbird zone, fires one. That one wide of the catching glove of Peyton Aldridge. Spun back in by Simon Maxfield. Into the corner near side. That one hit off the side of the net under the bar. Redbirds able to get to it. Gonzalez. Lead pass ahead, tracked down by Trent Fisk. Fisk tries to split the defense. Goes back behind the net. Fisk still fighting for the puck behind Brendan Rash. Now a penalty coming up against the Cougars as Avery Buchenik was taken down in the play, and a holding call against the Cougars will send the Redbirds to the power play. It'll be on Blake Smith. So we are set for the face-off in the Cougar end. SIUE penalty number 2, Blake Smith, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 3:57, second period. Cougars penalty, Smith, 2 minutes for holding at 3:57. Time for a Redbird power play. Cougars have it at center, killing some time, and the Redbirds able to get to it. Kowalczyk moves in over the line. Far side sets up in the circle. Now cuts into the slot, steps up, fires, score! Alex Kowalczyk rips it past Rash, and the power play goal makes it 2-0. Kowalczyk just took it off the boards and just kept moving in, and just said, you know what, this looks like a good shot, I'll take this one. Yeah, that works. The Illinois State now 2 goals in front. As again the face-off won by the Redbirds. Brandenburg dumps it into the Cougars' end. Here's Kowalczyk with a centering pass. Brandenburg made the stop. Bochenek with a stop as Rash again denies the Redbirds, and now the Redbirds putting on some big pressure on the Cougars. Bochenek with a shot. That one blocked away at the last moment. Sent up to the point, D'Alessandro. Sent down low, Kowalczyk lost the handle, and the Cougars able to clear it out. Kowalczyk back to get it. Hoisted it out to center, where D'Alessandro gets to it. Sent back around the cage, as losing his stick was Aldridge, but his teammates able to back him up. Illinois State goal, his second of the year, scored by number 13, Alex Kowalczyk. Assisted by number 2, Colin Young, and number 7, Avery Bochenek. On the power play, time of the goal, 4:26 second period. Redbird goal on the power play, scored by Kowalczyk, assisted by Young and Bochenek at 4:26. Montalvo taken down just as the play gets into the corner. Redbirds have it at the line, Papa Christodoulou. Over to Neiman. Hunter Neiman spins it back down. Montalvo in the near corner gets to it. He gets taken off the puck. Good check that time in the corner. Held in by Papa Christodoulou, but it hops over his stick at the last minute, and the Redbirds have to clear out. 13.5 minutes to play here in period number 2. Redbirds have tallied twice, and they lead 2-0. Colin Young moves in, and it's offside. Just ahead of the play was Max Montalvo. And Montalvo was ruled to be offside. So the faceoff will come back out to the neutral zone. Cougars win the faceoff and send it forward. Jacob Schreiber couldn't quite get on the other end of the pass. The Redbirds send it back toward the Cougar end. Tim Coggin pushes the puck into the Cougar end. Finally picked up by Schreiber. Glass. Outraced by the puck by Maxfield. A quick shot taken from the far side. Save made by Aldridge, and he will cover it up. Shot came from outside that time. Justin Schaus got the opportunity, and Aldridge again stands tall in his net. Here's Glass winning the faceoff for Illinois State ahead to Lupo. To Coggin. Coggin bangs it off the dasher. It's sent back in by Garofalo. Redbirds get to it as Trevor Glass sends it ahead for Bittman. Escapes him, and it's picked up by Ethan Kuhnel for the Cougars. Kuhnel sends it ahead for Simon Maxfield. Sent back around, Schreiber picks it up at the short side, trying to center it, lost the handle, and the Redbirds get to it. That's Ferretti. Lost an edge and couldn't quite catch up to the puck, and now a penalty coming up. Or is it offside? Going to be an offside? Nope, it's going to be a penalty. Going to be a roughing call against Illinois State. And Michael Lupo knows he got caught. So Michael Lupo will go for roughing. The Cougars will be on the power play once again. Illinois State penalty number 32, Michael Lupo, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 7:38, second period. Redbird penalty, Lupo, 2 minutes for roughing at 7:38. Shorthanded chance for the Redbirds is Kowalczyk. Couldn't quite get the pass from Brandenburg. And the Cougars able to turn it back around. Kowalczyk spins it back to the far side. D'Alessandro lost it in the corner. Cougars look to set it up. Joey Coots now gets it back out to the point. There's a shot taken. That one steered wide that time. Shot taken by Ethan Kuhnel. Weber back over to Kuhnel. Down low looking to center it. Couldn't quite get it to Caden Kruger. Now Kuhnel jams at the puck. Sends it back up the boards. Behind the net it goes. Kruger spins away from pressure from Justin Gonzalez. Back over to the far side. Fake pass that time by Purabot. Back out to the point. Here's a shot taken. Big save made by Aldridge. Swept out but held it at the top of the zone by Kuhnel. Kuhnel sends it across. Good breakup that time as Joey Coots was open. Now another centering pass broken up by the Redbird defense. Kuhnel holds it in and sends it into the corner. Into the slot. Loose. Back out. Kuhnel holds it in at the point. Sends one in. That one too high. 35 seconds remaining in the Cougar power play. 10:55 for the second period. 2-0 Illinois State. Purabot left it at the side of the net. Picked up in the corner. Back out to the point for Weber. Weber sends it back over for a shot. Blocker save made by Aldridge. And the rebound goes out of play. And the Cougars will have a face-off coming up in the Redbird end. Big shot that time by Simon Maxfield. And Aldridge able to get the blocker to it. 17 seconds left in the Cougar power play. Puck trapped behind the net. Brian Buchholz dugs it out, but the Cougars possess. Sent back out to the point, Maxfield. Swing it across for DeFawcett, who fires one in. Tipped and score! Right in front was Jacob Schreiber. He got the tip. And the Cougars, with a power play goal, with 1 second left on the power play, able to score, and they have halved the lead of the Redbirds. It's now 2-1. Schreiber was right there at the doorstep and able to tip it in. Nice passing around by the Cougars, and they cut the Illinois State lead in half. Now the Cougars try to dump it in. McAtee got to it and finally sent it back around. Smith dumps it back into the Redbird end. That's where Brian Buchholz gets to it. Sends it back around. Shot from the point. That one blockered down. Papa Christiandu able to pick it up off the save by Aldridge. SIUE goal, his first of the season, scored by number 9, Jacob Schreiber on the power play. Assisted by number 44, Elijah DeFawcett, and number 12, Simon Maxfield. Time of the goal, 9:37 for second period. Cougars goal on the power play, scored by Schreiber, assisted by DeFawcett and Maxfield at 9:37. Now a roughing call coming up against the Cougars, and that'll send Illinois State back to the power play with 9:30 to play here in period number 2. SIUE penalty number 26, Drew LaRose, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 10:30, second period. Cougars penalty, LaRose, 2 minutes for roughing at 10:30. Once again, time for a Redbird power play. And on cue, Brendan Rash makes the glove save on the point shot by Blake Coomer. And the faceoff will stay in the Cougar end with 9 minutes 11 seconds to play in period number 2. Redbirds with 7 shots on goal so far in the period. To 8 for the Cougars. Here's a quick shot taken. That one sent wide of the target by Colin Young. Glass to Rindak. Down low. Get it back to Rindak, and they break it up. Fisk from the corner. Got it back out. Tip back to him off the stick of Trevor Glass, who holds it in. Glass steps in, fires one. That one kick save made by Rash. Rebound to the far corner. Penalty coming up against the Redbirds. As Peyton Aldridge plays the puck, the Redbirds will give up the power play as Trevor Glass goes to the penalty box. It's a roughing call against the Redbirds. So the face-off will come all the way back into the Illinois State zone. We'll skate 4-on-4 for the next minute and 10 seconds. Illinois State penalty number 24, Trevor Glass, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 11:21, second period. Redbird penalty, Glass, 2 minutes for roughing at 11:21. Cunell at the line. Sent it down low. Redbirds break it up. And it's picked up by Matthew Strom. Michael Lupo spins back away. Goes across ice for Justin Gonzalez on the near side. Sent ahead for Strom. Strom moves into the Cougar end. Checked off the puck along the boards. Held in by Montalvo to Gonzalez. Max Montalvo fights for it in the corner. Still 25 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Lupo had a chance. Now Montalvo will take a shot. That one blocked away by the Cougar defense. Sent out front. Cunell gets to it. 1-on-1 with Gonzalez. Cunell now with a trailer in. Schreiber shoots. That one tipped wide by Aldridge at the last moment with the glove. Schreiber picks it up in the corner. Centering pass broken up by Lupo, and he'll take it back behind the net to kill off the remainder of the SIUE penalty. And the Cougars will now have a power play for the next 45 seconds. Montalvo works it at center. Feathers it across for Lupo on the far side. Lupo will dump it in. Kowalczyk back to get it for Illinois State. Along the boards. Puck sent back out. Jacob Coots was back there to trying to keep it away from Kowalczyk. Now Caleb Harrop moves it forward for the Cougars. Sent it to the zone. Save made by Aldridge. Puck comes to the side of the net. D'Alessandro sends it out of the zone over 2 defenders' heads for the Cougars, and all the way down the ice to kill off the remainder of the Illinois State penalty, and both teams are back at full strength. Moving forward, it is Brendan Summer. He moves in, fire, stick save made by Aldridge. Rebound to the near corner. Brock Brandenburg ahead to Kowalczyk, who moves in. Cuts at the slot, goes to the dot, fires it across. Shot, save made by Rash as Brandenburg was on the doorstep at point blank target in the point blank range. Coming back is Summer. Summer cuts to the slot, couldn't quite get it back to his backhand. Knocked away again, Brandenburg. End-to-end action here in the last couple of moments. Ferretti moves in over the line. Ferretti cuts to the slot, drops for Brandenburg. To Coggin, his shot blocked out front. Ferretti got a piece of that one. Coggin picks it up in the corner, knocked away from him. Hacked at, held into the zone by the Redbirds. Ferretti couldn't quite get to the pass. Here come the Cougars back. Summer drops it off for Harrop. Harrop cuts in, lost it in the slot. Redbirds pick it up again. Here comes Coggin up the boards. Left it off for Ferretti. Ferretti drops it off. Back to Coggin in the slot. Slot, lost it. Picked up by the Cougars once again. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Here comes Garofalo with a shot. That one wide of the post. Along the side of the net. Picked up by the Redbirds and finally sent down the ice just to get a breather. They'll take the icing call with 5:15 to play here in the second. A very frenetic pace in the last 2 minutes of hockey. Both teams getting scoring opportunities, both defenses coming up big when they needed to. And Brendan Rash has made some pretty good saves so far tonight for the Cougars. Here's the face-off won by the Redbirds, as Hunter Neiman got to it and was able to get it out of the zone. Now Connor Hinterser came into the Redbird zone just a little bit ahead of the play. Was one of the Cougars. So the offside call will bring the face-off back out to neutral ice. Strom finally wins the face-off for Illinois State. Along the boards, Garofalo sends it around into the Redbird end to the far side. Hops over Trevor Glass's stick. Picked up by the Cougars. They couldn't advance it. Here come the Redbirds. Strom moves through center and dumps it in across the boards around to the near corner. Colin Young back to Strom, looking to center the puck. Couldn't quite get it to Colin Young. It's intercepted and stolen by Terrence Purabat. Purabat will move through center, drop it off in the corner. Now Colin Young and him fight for the puck. Redbirds push it away at the last moment. Garofalo tries to center it. Redbirds get to it. Glass quickly ahead to Montalvo, who moves in. Montalvo tries to center it for Trevor Glass, cutting into the slot. Missed this connection. Now the Cougars come right back again. In on the line. Good poke check that time, as Elijah DeFawcett was moving in. A nice poke check by the Redbird defense. Lupo sent across for Glass, who bangs it in off the boards into neutral ice. Cougars able to play it forward. Schreiber drops it off. Lupo steals it away for the Redbirds and controls. Ahead for Trent Fisk. It hopped over his stick and picked up by Carson Weber. Weber tries to send it ahead for Schreiber ahead of the pack. It was touched by Illinois State, so play continues on. Glass ahead to Fisk, and now to Rindak, who comes in. Rindak drops it off for Coomer. He lost the handle, stolen away, and here come Quatlander over the line for the Cougars. Centered it across, had a man, but couldn't get it to him. Redbirds able to clear it out of their own end. Now the Cougars will just hoist it in and get the change. With 3 minutes to play here in the second period. D'Alessandro, his pass for Fisk intercepted, but couldn't be advanced. As Maxfield tries to take it away. Fisk will move in. He'll fire one short side, save made by Rash. Kumar on the far side. That one sent out front. Fisk got a stick on it. And again, Rash batted it away. Over to the far corner. Kumar and Kowalczyk combine to get the puck out to the point. D'Alessandro on the near side. Centers it across. Tip just wide of the net. Kumar was on the doorstep. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Brandenburg back out top. Sends it across for Buchholz, who sends it in. Blocked away by the Cougar defense and out of the zone. Joe D'Alessandro back to get it with 2:20 to play in the second. Kowalczyk almost had a big problem handling the puck. He was able to keep it away from the Cougar forecheck. Brandenburg quickly ahead to Kowalczyk, knocked away at center. Bouncing puck finally picked up by the Cougars with under 2 minutes left. As Joey Coots sends it in behind the net. Redbirds get to it first. Brandenburg will move across the line. Brandenburg cutting to the slot. Good job forcing him away. Nice defensive play that time by Kunal. Picking it up is Bokchenik. Spinning it back. Nobody home for the centering pass. And now 2-on-2. Caleb Harrop moves across for the Cougars. He sends it into the far corner. Coots sets it up for Kunal at the point. Kunal on the near side. Sends it back around. Or it's picked up by Summer with 1:10. Now a shot taken. That one's going to sail wide of Peyton Aldridge. 1 minute to play in the period. 1 minute remaining. Here's a loose puck. Just sent wide of the target. On the shot taken by Joey Coots. Cougars keep it in with 45 seconds to play in the period. Cougars working around the perimeter. Harrop cuts into the slot, fires one. Blocker save made by Aldridge. Rebound centered out front, stolen away by the Redbirds, as Kowalczyk will hoist it out to neutral ice with 25 seconds. Sent right back in by Summer. Aldridge comes out to get it. Gonzalez sends it ahead for Kowalczyk. Missed connection. Now the Redbirds pick it up as Kowalczyk takes it in from center. Moves in, fires. Save made by Brendan Rash. And with 9.7 seconds remaining in the period, the faceoff will be in the Cougars' end. Redbirds out shooting the Cougars so far. Actually, we're tied 11-11 in shots on goal. They're out shooting them for the game 27-17 at this point. Face off to the left of Brandon Rash. In the corner, FIRDAY had it knocked away. Cougars send it off the boards out to neutral ice, and that should pretty much do it for period number 2, and it does. Your score at the end of 2 periods of play, your Illinois State Redbirds 2 and the SIUE Cougars 1. Shots on goal in the second period. Cougars 11, Redbirds 11. 2 period totals. SIUE 17, Illinois State 27, and no penalties carry over into the third period. So we had scoring in period number 2, and it was Illinois State kicking things off with 2 minutes and 22 seconds gone by in the period. Blake Coomer came in, and Matt Papachristian cleaning up, getting his first goal of the season on the rebound. And that made it 1-0 Redbirds. The Redbirds would come back just over 2 minutes later on the power play as Alex Kowalczyk would get his second of the season on the power play. The assist on that one would go to Colin Young and Avery Bochenik, and the Redbirds led 2-0 with 15:34 to play in the period. However, just at the end of a power play, it would be the Cougars striking back and having the lead as Jacob Schreiber would snipe one and get it past Peyton Aldridge, his first of the season. The assist going to Elijah DeForest and to Simon Maxfield to make it a 2-1 game where we stand after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal for the second period, 11 apiece for both teams. Redbirds out shooting the Cougars 27-17 through 2 periods of play. So we're through 2 here in downtown Bloomington. Still 20 minutes more of regulation hockey to play. Illinois State with a 2-1 lead over SIUE after 2 here at Grossinger Motors Arena. You're watching Illinois State Redbird hockey on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel.
The car's looking fake shot back door there, huh?
Man, we got to gap up on McDavid.
Yeah, we got to push him to the outside.
He's back out there. 97's back out there.
Let's go. Kale Tager, get after him, set again.
Hydrating the next generation of athletes. BioSteel. Clean, healthy hydration.
get set for period number 3 between the Illinois State Redbirds and the Cougars of Southern Illinois University Edwardsville. 2-1. Illinois State leads it over SIUE. And again, a reminder coming up tomorrow night here on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. It's game number 2, actually tomorrow afternoon. Game number 2 of this 2-game set between the Cougars and the Redbirds. It's a 1 o'clock face-off tomorrow afternoon here at Grossinger Motors Arena, and you're invited to join us right here on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. But you know what? I think if you come out to the Grossinger Motors Arena and check out the hockey, I think you'll enjoy that as well. But if you cannot make it out, please feel free to dial us up here on YouTube and watch us on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. For Illinois State, Matt Papachristandu and Alex Kowalczyk, the 2 goal scorers for Illinois State. For the Cougars of SIUE, it was Jacob Schreiber picking up his first of the season as we get set for period number 3. The horn sounds to let the teams know that the ice is open, and the officials make their way onto the ice to get ready for period number 3. The teams once again will switch sides, and Illinois State will occupy the goal to our right and will operate from right to left as we see it along with you here in period number 3. So far for Peyton Aldridge tonight, it has been a very successful debut in the Illinois State sweater in goal for Mr. Aldridge. He has made 16 saves on 17 shots, and has played very well for Illinois State net so far tonight. His counterpart, Brendan Rash, has done very well to keep Illinois State off the board with as many opportunities as they've had. He's made 25 saves on the 27 stops, or 27 shots for Illinois State here through 2 periods of play. So we are just about set to get things back underway. It'll be Matthew Strom taking the opening faceoff for Illinois State. And it's Caleb Harrop on the draw for the Cougars. Redbirds win the draw. Max Montalvo will tip it in, and it goes right in on Brendan Rash, and the Cougar netminder will cover it up and take the face-off. So the face-off will be to the left of Brendan Rash. Strom wins the face-off again. This time it hops away from the Redbirds as Michael Lupo couldn't track it down. Trevor Glass has to get to it. Now a broken up pass and nearly stolen back by the Cougars, but it's dumped down by Andrew LaRose. Sent back behind the net with the Redbirds trying to play it out. Strong forecheck going on as Brendan Summer breaks up the pass. Here's a shot taken, tipped in on net. As the original shot was taken by Caleb Harrop, it was tipped as it got in on Peyton Aldridge, and Aldridge did a nice job of covering up and not giving an extra rebound as the save was made, and the faceoff will be in the Illinois State zone. DeFawcett will take the faceoff for the Cougars against Rindak for the Redbirds. Rindak wins it for Illinois State. Ryan Buckholtz moves through center, takes it around, comes to the circle. Nice poke check that time by Simon Maxfield to knock it away from the Redbird defender. Buckholtz will go all the way back to get it, and the Redbirds will reset. Minute gone by here in the third. Redbirds lead 2-1. Here's a steal by Maxfield. He'll move in, fire. That one blocked in front by the Redbird defense. Sent out to center by Fisk, and the Redbirds finally able to control in their own end. Long lead pass ahead. It bounces off the board, still in play. Rash couldn't get to it. Now the play by Fisk to try to bounce it off of Rash and put it in. It didn't work. Rebound comes all the way out to the line. Here's Neiman with a shot. That one blocked by a skate out front. Picked up by Fisk and across for Neiman. Hunter Neiman will dump it in back behind the net. Comes out to the near side. Trent Fisk cuts into the slot. Knocked away from him. Bouncing puck. Knocked away into the far boards. Sent back around by the Redbirds. Now the Cougars able to control behind the net, and they'll move it forward. There's a shot taken by Schreiber. That one blocked by the Redbirds out front. And Rocco Ferretti has it. Ferretti sends it ahead. Hunter Neiman had to escape him. And now Ferretti steals a pass back from the Cougars, but the Redbirds are offside, so they have to wait. They'll backtrack just a little while they clear out the zone. Tim Coggin sends it across for Justin Gonzalez. At center ice, it's Rocco Ferretti, again Coggin. They'll dig it out. Ferretti will send it into the Cougar end. Ash is there to stop it, sends it back around to the far side, picked up, and here come the Cougars with some speed. Caleb Harrop will move in, he'll fire one, that one blocked again by the defense. Into the corner goes Caden Kruger. Kruger sends it around, McAtee there, it goes past him. Now comes off the stick of Andrew Paris. Nobody home for that pass, and the Cougars have to backtrack to get it. 3 minutes gone by here in the third. It's still 2-1 Illinois State. There's a pass broken up by Avery Bochenek. He gets in, but it's going to be ruled offside, so he has to back away and not play the puck. Now the Redbirds will move in for the forecheck. Cougars start out from behind their own net. Spinning back on his Frankie Rhines. Sent ahead, but the Redbirds able to get it in their own end. It's picked up by Michael Lupo. Lupo ahead for Bochenek, but it's knocked away as Carson Weber gets to it. Weber has the puck taken away by Lupo. He skates through two defenders and now dumps it in short of center. And this should be an icing call against Illinois State, and it is. With 16:18 to play here in period number 3. The icing call will bring the face-off all the way back into the Redbird end. And let's see which side the Cougars want it on. They're going to take it in the near circle, which will be to the left of Peyton Aldridge. Face-off won by the Cougars. Quick shot out front, save made by Aldridge. A rebound, Aldridge makes a second save as the initial shot came from Andrew LaRose. The rebound on the side by Caleb Harrop. He was looking for his team high fourth, but he was denied by Peyton Aldridge. Score stays at 2-1 in favor of Illinois State. Face-off won by the Cougars. Out in front, Joey Coots couldn't get it to it. He was trapped in his skates. Max Montalvo moves ahead for Illinois State. Montalvo back behind the net. Wraparound try. Rash is there to make the save. Picked up by Strom. Strom spins it back into the far boards for Montalvo. Montalvo back out to the point to D'Alessandro. Backhands it into the near corner. Colin Young couldn't quite get to it. It's picked up by Blake Smith and sent out into neutral ice. Joe D'Alessandro is there. Redbirds have it. Sent across by Brian Buchholz. Now D'Alessandro tries to clear it to neutral ice. It's stolen away by Harrop. Picked up out front. Traffic as Harrop finally gets to it. As trying to knife through traffic was Joey Coots. He couldn't get to it. Now the Redbirds have a chance if they steal it. Here's Buchholz over the line. Centering pass for Young, broken up by the Cougar defense. They'll spin it back to center. 15-10 to play here in the third. Matthew Strom will send it in. Ethan Kuhnel lost it in the corner. Redbirds try to center it out. And it hops over the stick of Matt Papakrishnadu. He'll backtrack to get it. Michael Rindat. In back behind the Cougar net. Tied up on the play as Maxfield comes to get him. Maxfield will send it around to the far side. It gets away from Gonzalez. And goes all the way back into the Redbird end. Not far enough for icing as Matt Papakrishnadu chips it away from pressure. Redbirds able to get into the zone. Papakrishnadu fakes the shot. That one may have been blocked out front. Rebound loose in the slot. Finally picked up by Blake Coomer. Coomer sends it away. Picked up by Rindak, who sends it behind the net. Coomer. Centering pass out front, loose right in the slot, right on the doorstep. Sent high and wide over the top of the glove of Rash. Redbirds again putting pressure on the Cougar goal. Cougars able to clear it out to neutral ice. Redbirds finally get control again as Papakrishnadu sends it around to the far boards. Trent Fisk centers it out front. In enough on Brendan Rash for him to make a blocker save. Centering pass by Coomer. Hops over the stick of Fisk. And out of the zone it goes. Tim Glass gets to it and sends it up ice. Nick Garofalo sends it back to the Redbirds, and we play with 13.5 minutes left in period number 3. Cougars controlling their own end as Bittman couldn't get to it. Now poking it forward is John McAtee. Back to get him is Michael Lupo for the Redbirds. And Lupo starts the Redbirds out of their own end. Lupo comes all the way through center. Penalty coming up against the Cougars as they get control of the puck. A slashing call coming up against the Cougars will send the Redbirds to the power play. Wondering which person, and it looks like it's going to be 23. That would be Andrew Paris. Yep. Paris is going to get caught for the slash. SIUE penalty number 23. Andrew Paris, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 6:55, third period. Cougars penalty, Paris, 2 minutes for slashing at 6:55. Time once again for a Redbird power play. Pochenik couldn't get the centering pass. It's knocked away. And Kowalczyk skates back quickly to get to it ahead of Terrence Purabat. Redbirds start out from their own end. Michael Lupo comes into the Cougar zone. Lupo takes it around back behind the net, left it, dropped it off for Teddy Bittman. Back out to the point, Montalvo over to Lupo, spins it back down low. Pochenik goes to get to it. It's sent back out but held in by Lupo. Lupo will step into the dot, fires one right into the catching glove of Brendan Rash. He hangs on and will take a face-off. 1:09 left in the Redbird power play, 12-13 remaining in the third. Redbirds hanging onto a 2-1 lead. Ridnack will take the face-off for Illinois State, wins it back to Trevor Glass. Glass at the point on the near side, sets things up, moves in, fires one, that one wide of the target. Comes all the way back around Rindack, plays it on the far boards. Rindack in the corner. Fisk gets it out of there. Fisk back out to Coomer at the point. Sends it across for Glass. Tap down low. Rindack comes around to the near side. Back out to Coomer at the point. Coomer will send one in. That one goes right into the red basket of one of the Cougar defenders. Rindack picks it up. Fisk with a shot. That one stopped by Rash, and he hangs on, and right in front that time, Trent Fisk probably had the best look he's had all night, and Rash was able to stop that one and keep the Redbirds from extending the lead. So once again, it'll be Michael Rindack taking the face-off for Illinois State. He's opposed by Elijah DeFawcett. Here's a quick shot in on net as it's scooped up by Brendan Rash, and down behind Rash goes Trent Fisk as he might have been pushed, but no penalty forthcoming. Net was off the mooring, so they'll get that reset, and the next faceoff will be in the Cougar zone. To the right of Brendan Rash, the faceoff, again pushed wide of the net. Colin Young moves up on the boards to keep it in. Blake Coomer, centering pass in front. Fisk left it alone. Nice job by Colin Young to get the shot. Blocked away again by the Cougars. And it clears out of the zone. Glass will have to let it go. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Redbirds will reset and see if they can get one more chance. Young sends it ahead for Rindack. Drops it off for Coomer in the slot. Fires one. Kick save made by Rash. Rebound goes into the corner. As Fisk takes the shot, it goes wide. The penalty is over. Both teams are back at full strength. Cougars, after killing the penalty, DeFawcett moves in over the line. Knocked away from him, picked up by Maxfield on the far side. Maxfield gets through traffic and is kicked out of the zone by Rindack, who lost his stick. DeFawcett comes right back. Blocker save made by Aldridge. Left loose in front. Cougars get a shot, but Maxfield is blocked by the Redbird defense. Here comes Illinois State back. Ferretti moves forward, gets it in on Rash, who covers it up, and will get the face-off. As the Redbirds got a rush right after the Cougars get a golden opportunity. It was Tim Coggin moving in from the near side who pushed it in on Brendan Rash, and Rash was able to cover up. So the face-off won by Illinois State is Teddy Bittman. Lost it in the corner, and the Cougars come away with it. Lead pass ahead, Kruger. Got it ahead to Paris, who fires one in. That one sticked aside by Aldridge. Redbirds get to it. And sending it back down ice is Brian Buchholz. Not far enough for icing as the Redbirds hustle down to save it. Ferretti tries to send it to the point. Stolen back by the Cougars. They'll move in 2-on-2. Moving in is Paris. Knocked away from him. Big shot coming. That one blocked away. As the stick got knocked out of the hands that time of Brian Buchholz on the shot block. And the face-off will stay in the Redbird end. 9:49 to play now in period number 3. Torabot will take the face-off for the Cougars against Strom for the Redbirds. Redbirds win the face-off. It's pushed around to the far side. Redbirds get it out of the zone. Sent right back in, though, by Rhymes. Neiman for Illinois State. Spins it back around. Montalvo over to Colin Young. Back to Montalvo over the line. Montalvo will fire one in right into the catching glove of Brendan Rash. And the Cougar netminder will hang on and take the face-off with 9:26 remaining in regulation. Strom again will take the face-off against Torabot. Face-off won by Illinois State. Neiman fires one through traffic. That one hit a skate out front. Cleared off to the sideboards, but not out. Strom fires one in. That one was going to go over the bar, but it was in the range of Brendan Rash's reach, and he decided to throw the catching glove up and take the face-off and kind of reset everything. 8 shots for the Redbirds so far in the period to 4 for the Cougars. Kowalczyk in on the face-off against Harrop, and Harrop wins it for the Cougars. Sent ahead by Brendan Summer. No icing called, play on. Harrop gets it in the far boards, sends it around to the near corner. Summer back down low for Harrop, centered out front. In front of the slot, knocked away at the last moment. Matt Papachristian, who tied up the stick of the player right in front and did not let him get a shot away on his goaltender, Peyton Aldridge. Back behind the net, Hunter Neiman. Hoists it around the boards, finally cleared out by the Redbirds. Here's Kowalczyk moving in. Kowalczyk, centering pass out front, knocked away at the last moment. Kowalczyk with a shot, that one tipped, and it rolled wide. Diving at it was Rash, he couldn't get a stick on it. Cougars, though, get possession. Dumped ahead, as playing it is Summer. Summer with a wraparound. Aldridge holds the post and keeps it out. Here's a long shot, that one blockered down as the LaRose shot was stopped by Aldridge. Now in front again. Here comes the Redbirds. Bochenek over the line, moves in, fires one, scores! Avery Bochenek moves in from the near side, rips one from the circle, and the Redbirds lead it 3-1. Bochenek just took it up the near side and was able to cut one in from the left wing and send it past Brendan Rash. So we get back to action quickly. Cougars send it in, now down 2 goals with 8 minutes to play. Redbirds have it as Rindak tries to center it across. Had it knocked away. And the Cougars able to send it out. And now an offside call coming up against Illinois State. For the Redbirds, at their 37th shot on goal. Illinois State goal, his first of the season, scored by number 7, Avery Bochenik. Assisted by number 20, Hunter Neiman. Time of the goal, 11:53, third period. Redbird goal, scored by Bochenik, assisted by Neiman at 11:53. The Redbirds back to a 2-goal lead. And now icing against the Cougars will bring the faceoff all the way back into their end with 7:32 to play in the game. Coomer wins the faceoff, steps in, fires, kick save made by Arash. Sent over into the near corner. Rinnack tries to dig it out. He's joined in the fight by Trent Fisk. Cougars are able to come away with it. Carson Weber sends it up ice for Simon Maxfield. Held in at the line by Trevor Glass. Fisk tries to center it. DeFawcett gets to it. Redbirds can't quite get it back in the zone. And now the Cougars will fight at center for it, trying to get it past the Redbird defense. Weber will finally dump it into the Redbird end near side. Lupo sends it around the far boards, held in. Here's a shot blocked again by the Redbird defense. That one stopped by Ferretti. Ferretti able to push it down, and they are going to get an icing call against Illinois State with 6 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in period number 3. The Redbirds on goals by Papa Christodoulou, Kowalczyk, and Bochenik have countered the goal for SIUE by Schreiber. 3-1 Illinois State leads it. Faceoff will be to the right of Peyton Aldridge. Redbirds move in and take the faceoff away from the Cougars as Ferretti will move through center. He tries to cut to the slot, knocked away off his stick by Kuhnel. Now the Redbirds get it at the line. Sent back down and around to the near side. Trevor Glass pinches in, tries to get to it. Bittman will send it in. That one's going to trickle wide of the post. Ferretti pops it up in the air. Coggin comes out of the corner with it. Knocked away as he tried to go to Bittman. Coggin will send it back around. This comes out the near side, and the Cougars are able to play it. They send it down, tipped by Illinois State, so we play on. Under 6 minutes to play here in period number 3. Lupo finally starts it out with a pass ahead for Colin Young, who bats it ahead, and now the icing call will be made against Illinois State as he was just barely over his own defensive line and batted it all the way down ice. So the next faceoff will stay in the Illinois State end. The Redbirds not allowed to change. And the faceoff will be in the right wing circle. Purabat wins the faceoff for the Cougars. Kuhnel pushes it down in the corner. Redbirds get to it strong. Quickly ahead to Colin Young, trying to skate through traffic. Montalvo pinches in on the side. Picked up by Strom, centering pass out front, knocked away. Montalvo drops it off for Strom behind the net. Back out top, D'Alessandro shot. That went wide. Rebound loose and finally centered across to the far boards. Montalvo looking for a penalty, none coming. Cougars are able to get it down, and now a whistle stopping play is Montalvo taking a little extra time to get back, and he said someone hit him underneath the chin. The offside call against the Cougars will bring the faceoff out to neutral ice with 5:05 remaining in regulation. Cougars back to get it. Buchholz gets to it for Illinois State. He sends it into the Cougar end. Now a attempted pass to move up, goes all the way down the ice, and it goes down the 200 feet. So this will be an icing call against the Cougars. I think our PA announcer is really trying to fight the urge to sing along with this song. I understand that's one of his favorite karaoke songs. Here come the Cougars over the line. Summer with a shot. That one whistled high on the post. Brandenburg picks up the long rebound ahead to Bochenek. Bochenek moves in, cuts, fires, blocker save made by Rash, and he knocks it up into the netting behind the goal line. The faceoff will stay in the Cougars' end. Avery Bochenek was looking for two in the same game, but he was denied by Brendan Rash, who just made his 37th save of the evening. Face-off won by the Cougars. Carson Weber moves up the far side boards, knocked away from him, picked up by the Redbirds and hoisted out to center by Blake Coomer. Cougars are able to dump it into the Redbird end. Behind the net is Hunter Neiman with 4 minutes remaining in regulation. Coomer escapes a check from Maxfield. Sends it around to Trent Fisk, who tips it into the Cougar zone. Not far enough for icing. Weber had the pass escape him. He sends it down the ice, and this one will be icing against SIUE. And with 3:44 to play in period number 3, face-off will be brought all the way back into the Cougar end. The question now becomes, when does Tyler Elbrecht and the coaching staff, along with Jory Skelton for the Cougars, decide they're going to try to pull the goalie to get an extra attacker out? Coomer wins the face-off for Illinois State. Sends one in quickly. That one blocked down by the defense out front. Knocked out to center ice. Redbird's able to go back and get it. Blake Coomer spins back against pressure from Schreiber. Fisk sends it out to center. Weber picks it up for the Cougars. Knocked off a skate and picked up by the Redbirds as Coomer moves in over the line. Coomer sends it out in front. Swept away by Rash into the far corner, the near corner, pardon me. Lupo dumps it down. Schreiber gets to it on the far boards. And the Cougars control, but not for long as Teddy Bittman was able to knock it away. Weber dumps it into the Redbird end with under 3 minutes to play in regulation. Trevor Glass behind the net. Sets it up for Bittman. Now Coggin moves in. Tim Coggin to the slot. His shot blocked and skittered wide. Glass held it up for Bittman behind the net. Bittman tries to jam at it. Knocked away as Rash held his post. Glass sends one in. That one blocked high in the air. Bouncing puck just trickles wide of Rash into the far corner. Cougars able to send it back to neutral ice with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in regulation. Trevor Glass spins it back, held in by the Cougars at the line by Kruger. Glass pinned up against the boards by Porabat. Sent back up by Ferretti to neutral ice. Under 2 minutes to play in regulation. 3-1 Illinois State. Trevor Glass ahead to Montalvo. Max Montalvo sends it across for Colin Young, who is on the right side of center ice when he dumps it in, so no icing. With 100 seconds remaining, Colin Young almost stole it in open ice and would have had a golden opportunity. Instead, it hops over his stick, and the Redbirds able to kill some more time. Strom ahead for Montalvo, who cuts into the circle. Fire save made by Rash. Rebound comes all the way to the far side. Picked up by Porabat. Cougars move in. Here's a dump in, blocked away by D'Alessandro. Picked up by Hinterster. Back behind the net with 1:10 to play. D'Alessandro forces him around to the near side. Strom hoists it out. Montalvo gets to it with 1:05, and they'll send it out to center. 1 minute to play in regulation. 1 minute remaining. Back behind the net it goes behind Aldridge. Redbirds have it with 50 seconds remaining. D'Alessandro sends it across for Buchholz. Pressured. Knocked away. As it's picked up by Schreiber. Sent in on a quick shot. Tipped in that time by DeFawcett. It went wide of Aldridge. Now the sixth attacker on. for the Cougars. 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Here's Harrop. Caleb Harrop back out to the point for a shot. That one tipped in on Aldridge. Kick save. Rebound picked up by Strom, who can't clear it. Now in the corner near side with 20 seconds. Down low Schreiber, back out top. Looking inside Harrop, loose in front, still in the slot. Finally hoisted into the zone by Buckholtz. It's going to be a race to the puck, picked up by Bochenek. Bochenek will take it, fire, and scores in the empty net. Nice job that time by Brian Buckholtz to hoist it out. The final faceoff is taken, and that will do it. Your final score is your Illinois State Redbirds 4, the SIUE Cougars 1. Illinois State goal is second of the game, scored by number 7, Avery Bochenek. Empty net goal is unassisted at 19:57 third period. Redbird goal scored by Bochenek. Empty net unassisted at 19:57. Final shot totals in the third period. Cougars 9, Redbirds 15. 3 period totals, SIUE 26, Illinois State 42. Fans, once again, thank you for coming out to Grossinger Motors Arena tonight for Illinois State Redbird hockey. The Division II Redbirds will be back in action once again tomorrow afternoon here at Grossinger Motors Arena to take on the Cougars of Southern Illinois University Edwardsville with a 1 o'clock face-off. So Illinois State gets the win. How did they do it? Well, it started off with Blake Coomer getting a breakaway opportunity. He was stopped originally by Brendan Rash, but Matt Papachristou, following up the play with 17:38 to play in the first, made it 1-0 Illinois State. Then the Redbirds on the power play would get their second goal on the second goal of the season from A.J. Kowalczyk. The assists go to Colin Young and Avery Bochenek. And with 15:34 left in the period, they would take a 2-0 lead in the second period. Cougars would draw a little closer as the close of the power play. It would be Jacob Schreiber getting his first of the season. The assist going to Elijah DeFawcett and to Simon Maxfield. That made it 2-1. Then the Redbirds were able to start pulling away as Avery Bochenek, the first of his 2 goals. The assist on the first one going to Hunter Neiman. That with 8:07 remaining in the third period to make it 3-1. And after the Cougars pulled the goalie in the final seconds, Avery Bochenek found his way and found an open shot to the empty net. His second of the game, an empty net goal with 3 seconds left to give the Redbirds a 4-1 victory. Again, the Redbirds outshot the Cougars 15-9 in the third period and overall in the game by a 42-26 margin. And again, a reminder coming up tomorrow here on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. The Illinois State Redbirds back in action as they take on the Cougars of Southern Illinois University Edwardsville. Our time for broadcast is 1 p.m., the scheduled face-off here at Grossinger Motors Arena. A reminder that the executive producer of Illinois State Redbird Hockey, the man spinning the dials down in the war room, is Mr. Frank Blaine. Great job by him tonight, as well as everybody else here at Grossinger Motors Arena for all their hospitality and everything they do to get Illinois State Redbird hockey on the ice and on the air here from downtown Bloomington. If you're a fan of the Cougars of Southern Illinois University Edwardsville, we welcome you into the broadcast. We hope you come back tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you're an Illinois State Redbird fan, well, we know you enjoyed tonight's results. Your final score is the Illinois State Redbirds 4 and the Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville Cougars 2. For everyone here at Grossinger Motors Arena, I'm Ellie Decker. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon for hockey in the afternoon at 1 o'clock. Until that time, good night, everybody.